Well, good morning, everybody. This is the Airy Store Saturday morning webinar. It's our usual broadcast to try to get everybody together to do some filling in about where everybody is at. This is the 25th of March, and I would say that's just about the end of March, and we're about halfway through the soft launch portion of our relaunch, and so we're making good progress, and we still got a lot of things to do. And so we will just try to bring everybody up to date and introduce our panel. And I think we'll just go ahead and introduce the panel as we go along. So panel, be ready just to introduce yourself. Cesar, introduce.
Hi, good morning. I'm Cesar Pinson. I'm here in Matagorda Bay Nature Center. It's about 2 hours away from Houston.
I wondered why you were in a vehicle. Okay, good to have you. Dave and Lori. Dave and Lori.
Dave and Lori Miller from, it's a beautiful weekend here in Fort Worth, Texas, and we're looking to getting it started off.
Good deal. Glad to have you. Dave Ball.
Good morning, everyone. I'm here in Arkansas. I lost my internet connection, so I had to get in on the phone and on my tablet. So it's great to be alive today. It's going to be a beautiful day and time to get the business rolling.
Super. Ken, are you there?
I am. You know, they stretched that wire so far that it broke before it got to Arkansas. Ken and Mary Dockery, Spring Branch, Texas. A beautiful day here.
And Rick Stein, you're on today for the first time.
Yeah, Rick Stein in Fairgrove, Missouri, just outside of Springfield, southwest Missouri, and it's raining and hailing here.
Oh my gosh. I am glad you're inside. Okay. Sherry.
Yes, this is Sherry from New Jersey. I'm going to New York after this webinar, but it's going to be a rainy day here in our area.
Okay, well, you've got a lot of stuff going on in your organization. You and Charlie are got some big plans. We're going to want to hear about those later on. And Cher?
Good morning, everyone, from beautiful sunny Hilton Head, South Carolina, where the azaleas are blooming. Buds are bursting off the trees that got stripped from their leaves over the hurricane time period in October, and it looks like Hilton Head again here. So good morning.
Yep. And Lori?
Good morning, this is Lori, and I am in Crossville, Tennessee.
And Eric?
Hey there, this is Eric up here in Minneapolis.
Okay, well, we got about 10, 11 people on the call today that we're going to be able to hear from and get the input from the field on this program. This is not a monologue. This is an opportunity to talk about a lot of things. So just to kind of get started off, let me tell you where we are, some of the progress that we have made. And Eric, I may need your help on some of this. But in Tennessee, we are gradually figuring out all the things that we have to do in order to be able to ship things and get it done right the first time. You know, it sounds so easy to say, well, let's just ship it out. But there's a few things that have to be done before you ship it out. Number one, we have to be sure that we get the right content, and the content matches up with the computer, and the computer matches up with ShipStation and all those other things. And so we are now shipping everything out of Greenville, Tennessee. So people know, we had a little bit of a problem getting started because one day last week we suddenly discovered that a part number that we had is actually two instead of one things. You want to mute everybody? We're getting some background noise. So as a result, we had a few enrollment packages go out with only one system in it, and that has been corrected now. Yeah, good deal. That's been corrected now so that we now have sent those, and everybody that only got one system shouldn't get them next week. And the second item is that there's a number of systems that went out without the car adapter in them. car adapters are following in a separate envelope, and so everybody is going to get those automatically. And if you don't get them in a few days, you can give the office a call. But they are going out, and so everybody will get that as well. Just part of the transition of going from one location to the other. It gives us a greater appreciation for all of the things that had to go into shipping that Eric has been taking care of up in Minneapolis for a long period of time. So that's the good news. We have more and more of the computer is being brought up to date. I'm still getting some background noise if somebody is not muted. So we're still getting getting the computer up to date. We still do not have our shopping cart tied in yet to the computer. And so we're still having to work with the old way of enrollment and the old way of putting information, placing orders, and it's a little awkward. But the good news is that we are still recruiting people. We are still getting people up and running. And the feedback that I'm getting is people are pretty happy with the way things are the product is arriving. They're really liking the product. I think people are finally beginning to realize that as we start focusing on the problem, that we are start focusing on the product, that it's going to make life a lot easier to deal with. One of the things that we were trying to deal with last week was where to go to get a copy of this webinar and of the Monday and Tuesday night things. And Eric, can you help me out on that? Where's the best place to go to be able to get a copy of this webinar and the other things?
They're actually in the same place they were before we paused things. They're on the back office. The phone calls, the Monday night and Tuesday night calls, are on the front page of the dealer tools, and on the left hand side where they have always been. And the videos are in the video section, and they're on a list on the right hand side. And instead of just naming them by date, I did name them a little bit differently so you can tell that they are the new marketing plan discussions and Q&As and introductions, so that they have more of a title than just the date at this time.
Okay, and we're working on a number of things. I know that you're working on a number of things to continue to update the website. One of the things is the new version of the marketing plan, and I just sent you some additional information to be incorporated in there. Roughly, what's the time expectation? When should we expect that those things are going to be available?
Well, the plan that we've been going over is up right now on the company docs page, and but the edits and the new changes, like the new page that you sent me the other day, that'll be this week. We were planning on Friday, but weren't able to get it done, and been working with the design team to get that done on Monday or Tuesday.
Super. And I know that Ivan and we're still working to solve the shopping cart problem. And the last information I got from him is that we really halfway expected that we were going to get it done this week, but it looks like probably next week is the most likely day that we're going to start being able to go active. Is that your understanding as well?
Yep. We've got just a few more questions to answer for them, and that's what we're looking at. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and in the meantime, we're using PayPal and remote processing of credit cards, and people's orders are going through, and I think that that has been pretty well evened out. I know that Charlie has done one thing for his group that some other people might consider doing in the interim until that comes up, and he is kind of acting as the gatepost to be able to give people the simplified order forms and how to enroll, and kind of holding people's hands. But until we're fully up and running with that website, that is going to be something that sales managers are going to have to do. They're going to have to provide some leadership. And I think that that's working out pretty well. I don't know how busy we are up there with the phone calls. Are we able to take calls? Are we getting back to people?
Yeah, absolutely. It's right now it's going pretty well. Where the orders, like you say, are going through a little bit easier now that we've got some way to process credit cards, and the orders are showing up in Trinity and are showing up in people's back office, and so they're able to see what's going on, and so a lot of that has been smoothed out. It's going well.
Good. Well, it's anytime you make a change, there's always little things that happen. I've been reminded so many times this week that it doesn't matter whether you solve all the big problems. If there's one little problem left, it is a problem, and it has to be solved until you're actually out of the woods. And so that's what we're doing. I think we're getting there in pretty good order. One of the things that we just were talking about there, Eric, was with Eric, was the fact that Charlie and Sherry kind of went together, and I think mostly Charlie, and put together on a single piece of paper what the qualifications and the rank of the program are. And I thought it'd be worthwhile for us to kind of go through that right now. So why don't we see if I can get it up here. And all right, I got it. So this is a single sheet of paper, and I've got it kind of blown up here a little bit so that we can see it. But what it does is it shows all of the ranks that we have, what you have to do to get there, and what the requirements are in order to be able to get a bonus check. And so I think it's worthwhile to go through this. Last week on the Tuesday night call, it seemed like we spent a whole day or whole half hour almost talking about this new position of preferred customer, but I think it's really worthwhile to go over it again, because this new preferred customer position, I think, is going to turn out to be one of the most significant things that we can do. Right now we have a problem because we're having to do it manually, but bringing in a preferred customer, somebody who really does not want to be a dealer or thinks they don't want to be a dealer or have any part of building an organization or even selling the product, is a pretty good thing. It's what we used to do when we try to get a lead generation program going or getting referrals from other customers. And we had a couple programs over the years that we've done that, and this goes back and I think is another way of doing it. So what are the requirements to become a preferred customer? Pretty simple. You purchase one whole house system at $410, and you do it through the sponsor's website. And that registers you to get an ID number so that for future referral, we can always go back and know who you are. Basically, you just are registered as a preferred customer. And by being a preferred customer, that gives you the possibilities and the opportunity to bring other people back to your sponsor, have them do exactly what you did, order their product through the website, and make sure that you include your preferred customer number, so that you and your sponsor both get credit for it. And by doing that, you're going to get a reward. So it's pretty simple. We have to know name and address and some things like that, but you don't have to put your Social Security number in. You don't have to put your federal ID number in, because you are basically just a customer. And right now that is being done by hand. And Eric, I think if I'm correct, we are working on some ways to try to be sure that we capture those in a different way, but we're not ready with that. People are going to have to make sure that they keep track of their numbers themselves and enter those numbers, and we're probably going to have to get some coordination with sales managers at this point. Is that true? You want to unmute? Eric, you're muted. You're muted, Eric. Okay. Let me see if I can unmute him. Okay, for some reason he can't get unmuted, so I will say what I know about it. We are doing it by hand, and we are working. Ivan is working with some ways. There you go, Eric. You're
Yes,
unmuted.
yes, he is. Sorry about that. The controls disappeared. I couldn't pull back up. We are working on trying to streamline that. It's a little bit different than what Trinity was used to doing, and so in the meantime, we've got we're just a patch way to do that. But yeah, we're trying to make it so that you get one preferred customer number, and it rolls over into a dealer number that if they choose to do that.
Yeah, and nobody's being lost. Everybody is
Right,
captured, and so when we go back and have it automated, we're going to go back and be able to fill those numbers in for people. So what does a preferred customer get? What they get is they receive a free gift, a single air naturalizer, and that's a $130 gift. $130 gift is a pretty good premium for bringing somebody just to your sponsor's website and letting them become a preferred customer as well. And so that is a pretty good. I think that there's going to be a way for people to gradually get into the program to be able to decide what it is they want to do, and that $130 gift is a very substantial gift, and it just encourages them to use that to share it with somebody to encourage them to get in there. Okay, so the next position up, which is really the first position that we actually have where somebody joins the company, is that of a dealer. The requirement is the purchase of 2 whole house systems in the dealer, and there are 2 ways to be able to do that. One is with the dealer enrollment pack. The dealer enrollment pack is $777 with tax and shipping from the dealer's website with the dealer application. And so in one step there, you can be brought in as a dealer and start doing the business immediately. And so there are 2 other ways to get in. One, as I just mentioned, the main way is with the purchase of the dealer enrollment pack, or you can upgrade from the preferred customer, and this gets back to the value of being a preferred customer. Because with being a preferred customer, you've already purchased a unit for $410 for a whole house system, and at any time that you decide that you're going to purchase a second one, that qualifies you to be able to move up to the dealer position. And again, today that is going to have to be done manually. The sponsor is going to have to let the office know that this is their second system, just to be sure that that's right. In the future, that probably will become automated. So this requires some communication. The third way to do it is somebody getting in as a preferred customer, and they bring 4 other people into the business. That in itself, besides getting the free naturalizer as a bonus, qualifies them to be able to get to be a dealer in the organization. So if they purchase one and bring 4 people in as preferred customers, that's one way to do it. Buying 2 systems, 2 whole house systems at 2 different times, that's a second way to do it. That costs $820. Or they can save money by doing it in one stroke at $777 and getting in to the business. So it gives people more choice. It means that you're not really pushing them to get in to be a dealer. You're giving them the opportunity to decide how it is that they're going to be able to want to do it. Now, in any case, when somebody becomes a dealer and you bring in a new dealer, there's a $130 enrollment bonus that is associated with bringing a new dealer into the business. And so that allows people to get into the business and start earning mailbox money. Sherry, is there any comment that you'd like to make? Or is there something I need to be talking about at this point?
No, you're doing very well. And,
okay.
And this is actually what we had wanted to do, because just a one page where everything is there, because everybody is asking for the marketing plan, and We just have to tell them that it's in the back office, but they can't find it, but it's there.
Well, this looks like it works pretty well. And as you can see on the right side, then we see that there is the $130 enrollment bonus. There is the $130 if you bring a preferred customer in. When a preferred customer refers somebody to you, there is a $65 bonus instead of the $130 bonus because they are your person that you're bringing in is getting a free whole house system, and so the dealer is sharing in the cost of that reward. And so there is, again, for maintain requirements, there's no personal purchases required because there really aren't any commissions involved. In order to earn a commission on anybody, you have to move up to the next position. And as you can see, the next position is a master dealer. What does it take to get to be a master dealer? It takes 1,000 group PV within 1 calendar month or an R3. So a 1,000 group PV means that you don't actually have to do anything in that 1 calendar month, but it makes sense to, because if you're going to be if you bring people in, they are all going to build your volume as a dealer up to that 1,000 group PV, and the best way to do it is to do an R3. And at the top of the document, you will see that the R3 is exactly the same as it used to be. Bringing 3 people in a calendar, 3 new dealers in a calendar month will qualify you for an R3, and the reward program is exactly the same as it was. Now, the maintain for the master dealer is 150 personal PV, okay? Personal PV. So you have to do something personally to qualify to get a bonus check, or you have to sign up a new dealer, or you have to sign up a new preferred customer. Okay, if you've got an organization to get that 10% bonus that you've got on people that you're bringing in, you have to do something personally. And that's the only position we have that really requires you to do something personally. The rest of them require you to work with your group and get your group to do something. So I just want to go over that again. To get a bonus check as a master dealer, 150 personal PV, or personally sign up a new dealer, or personally sign up a new preferred customer, and that gets you all of the what you have to do to get a bonus check. If you miss a month and the month you come back, it's what you have to do on a monthly basis. It doesn't downgrade you from your position at all. It just means that you have more, you don't get a bonus check.
Yeah, Bill?
Yes.
Yeah, this is also the same qualification that you need right now if you are a senior dealer to become a master dealer. And then we have given them up to June 1st to do that.
That's correct. And as we were mentioning, going to mention, the master dealer position, as you can see, is no longer here. We're encouraging people to take advantage of the time between now, especially at the end of the month, but now through the 1st of June, to do something personally, to be able to move from senior dealer to master dealer. It is an opportunity of a lifetime to move up to that next position, and it's really an indication of who's going to really want to be moving on and who's active in the organization. I'm glad you brought that up, Sherry. Okay, distributor is the next position. The distributor position pays up to 20% on all of your downline PV. To get to be a distributor, it takes a total of 6,000 group PV in 2 rolling months, plus an R3, a personal R3, plus 10 dealers in a team, and you can't have any more than half your dealers or half your volume in one leg, in one team. So that really requires people to be able to start to build some kind of an organization. The total group PV now can be split between the 2 months any way that it works out. So some people will have just a little bit of volume the first month and have a lot the second month. But whatever happens then is in the rolling month, if you then move to the third month, you drop off the first month. So it's always the last 2 months. So as you start to build some activity, you don't lose everything when you start over the next month. You get to carry over all of the volume that you got in the previous month to add to the volume you're getting in the current month in order for you to be able to reach the 6,000 group PV. We're pretty pleased with that concept. Again, now, the requirement to earn a bonus check every month is 600 group PV or a personal R3. And either way, that activity will earn you the right to receive bonus and override commission checks. And that can be done with group rather than personal. As you can see, we're starting to recognize at the distributor position that you're now building a team, and it's more important of what your team does than what you're doing personally. The sales manager position has moved the same way. Sales manager allows you to get up to 40% of all of your group's PV. And so it becomes a very valuable position. If you look at master dealer, distributor, and sales manager, each rank that you move up doubles your commission rate. And so it goes from 10%, 20% to 40%. And that makes sales manager an extremely valuable position. But you need a group to do it. So the requirement is this: total of 25,000 group PV in 3 rolling months. Plus you have to have an R3 in one of those months. Plus you have to have at least 40 dealers in your team, and you can have no more than 10,000 group PV in one leg, or more than 20 dealers in one leg. So that you have to have an organization that's built on more than one leg in order to be able to qualify to become a sales manager. And then once you qualify to be a sales manager, you have to have 3,000 group PV in order to get bonuses on your organization or override commissions. Now, the one exception to that is your personal purchases. There is no qualification to receive the bonuses and commissions on your personal purchases. But for your team purchases, you now have to have 3,000 group volume. And if you've got an organization that you've built that has 25,000 group PV in those months, 3,000 group PV should be something that should be very, very manageable. Anybody want to make a comment up to here?
Bill, the sales manager is 3,000 group PV or an R3. Is that, did we take that out?
No, it's still an R3. We missed that there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. Oh, okay.
All right. So I guess we answered that. Okay, so now see, this is the basic thing. Now your open group, that's your open group. That's where you grow all of the people as you continue to build in the organization. That open group stays together, but as you start to have other people duplicate what you have done, we do break away, and because it's a breakaway system. So if you then start to build up and build groups of sales managers in addition to your open group, then the reward structure even grows from there. So to reach senior sales manager, you have to build at least one team, and 2 teams continues the qualification to be a sales manager. So 1 or 2 teams with at least 1 sales manager in each team qualifies you to be a sales manager. Now, in order to get your open group, in order to get your commissions on that, then again, if you have 3,000 open group volume, it allows you to reach down 1 to 3 generations in that group and be able to get commission structures of 4, 2, and 1%. I'm sorry, 8, 4, and 2% on those first 3 generations. And there can be as many people in those generations, because the generation is a qualified sales manager in a leg. That is what a generation is. If you have 5,000 open group volume, it allows you to go down 7 generations and qualifies you for all of the team overrides and executive bonuses that are shown in the other part of the marketing program. So in order to get to be a senior manager, you have to have 1 or 2 sales manager teams that you have broken off too wide, not on top of each other, you have to have 3,000 open group volume as a minimum. And that allows you to reach down and get sales manager generations, bonuses. Coordinating manager is 3 to 5 teams wide. But your requirement then to reach down into that is still 2,500 open group volume. So when you have built 3 teams wide and up to 5 teams wide, your open group volume drops to 2,500, but you're allowed to reach down 7 generations. A key manager is 6 to 9 wide, and your volume, open group volume drops down to 1,500 for 7 generations. And where you really want to get to is building 10 wide, because if you've built 10 wide with each leg having at least 1 sales manager in it, it automatically qualifies you for all the bonuses and all of the commission structure. And it is, in a way, a retirement position. And so this is kind of a very short thumbnail version of how the marketing. Anybody got a question with it? I like it. I really think that there's some little cleanup things that we need to do with it, but I'm going to attach this to the email that I send out that allows everybody to get the link for this. You can try using it, and Eric will continue on to incorporate this into all of the material that we have in the back office. So I'm pretty pleased with the progress that we have made. As I said before, we're moving along. We're halfway through the regeneration. We've still got issues on being able to get recapitalized. That has not happened yet. We're still working on that. We have, at this point, not been able to do anything really other than get the organization up and moving again. I can tell from just what is happening and the number of mailbox checks that are going out, the amount of product that's going out each day, the volume increases. Right now we're seeing a kind of a switch a little bit. People are kind of curious, I think, but we are still sending out. The default that we are sending out is that when people are enrolling, they are getting whole house systems, and the whole house system is the element by default. If people want to try Tempests and get Tempests, they have to let the office know that that's going to be a Tempest order rather than an element order. I still think new people getting in because the Tempest is more powerful. And anytime you have a product with more power, you always worry about, are people going to be able to use it correctly? And the element is kind of, it's a nice, easy one to get started with, where people don't have a specific problem that they're trying to deal with. So with that, Eric, do you have anything else that we need to be talking about to update people with?
No, I don't think so. I think really everything we're getting it close to back to normal as we can, and so just calling into the main number if you've got questions is the thing to do.
Okay. Well, let me just kind of start around and ask if anybody's got a question or a comment about how things are going from what people are telling them, and what really you think is going to happen in the rest of this month. We've got a lot of months left, and I think there's going to be a lot of people get qualified yet. Sherry, I'm going to start with you. Right now, what are people telling you, and have you got any questions that we need to be addressing?
Well, of course, the number one issue we have to address is the computer system, but everybody knows that we're working on that. But other than that, people are happy because they're able to reach the customer service. They're able to order or ask any question that they need. And of course, this one page will solve the problem that we have, that everybody's asking. We want to see the new marketing plan. And then we send them to the webinar, we send them to the back office. It's not working. That's why Charlie and I say we have to do something about this. And of course, Charlie has converted the whole marketing plan to Chinese. So.
And that doesn't really help me, but I'm sure it helps somebody else. I do know that you're just now starting to get your meetings together. You're going to be kind of focusing out on the East Coast for a while, and helping Charlie and all your other groups around assimilate by video conference and so forth and other conferences. But from what I have heard, you tell people what people are telling you about both the product and the marketing plan, or either one.
Oh, the product is superb. You know, I mean, every day that I'm waking up and I'm still enjoying this new element, I'm saying, oh my gosh, I wish everybody could really enjoy what I'm enjoying now. As far as the marketing plan, everybody is telling us this is a more doable marketing plan. Charlie and I are still not happy. We still are finding a few snags in the marketing plan. And but you said we have 3 months.
Yep. Well, you know, we've got other people that as they work with the marketing plan, that's the whole idea of having a group doing it. We feed everybody's ideas into it, and we'll get this thing down right. And the changes right now are getting more and more minor. It's a matter of presentation materials. But appreciate what you guys are doing.
But we're getting ready with the group meetings. Charlie will take care of the West Coast meetings. I'll take care of the East Coast meetings here. On Wednesday, we start the group here in New Jersey in the Perkins restaurant. That's why this afternoon I'm going to New York to see where I could have my meetings there too.
Super.
So,
all right. Well, we're getting some good momentum going here, and you know, just so people understand, other places are open that you haven't locked up all of the places in the United States yet. That some other people are going to be doing something. Ken, I think you're one of those people that are going to be doing something.
Oh, yeah, we are. One question for Eric is back on the preferred customer. Eric, do you think we can register the warranty when we register the customer online?
Yeah, I mean, Bill, you were going to say something about the warranty.
Yeah, we are going to go to an electronic registration of the warranty, and because I think that makes so much sense. It's things that we've talked about, and taking some of the problem out of the sales manager's hands, and still get them registered. That's going to be a separate offline thing. It's not going to be tied to the computer, because so many people don't actually keep the inventory that they sell it with. They are not the end users of it, and we really need to get the warranty registered in the end user hand.
Okay, that's good. Having the one page, just like you've just gone over, certainly simplifies the whole process again, and it takes the questions out of it. It's pretty simple. I mean, you know, you can go through that one page and basically cover the whole marketing plan, and that's what we need. And I think everybody's excited. I think everybody's got some hope again, and hope is a powerful thing.
I think on that one page, the one thing that I noticed that was missing when I was using it this is the first time I've actually used it, as you can tell. And the one thing that would be nice to have in there, that we will put in there, is what the maximum commission rate is. Because it needs to have that 10, 20, 40 on that sheet, because people want to know what they're going to get. And I think that will help people understand.
Right. And along the lines of the Tempest, I don't believe there are any accidents, but we didn't really order a Tempest. It just happened that we had a dealer that wanted 2 plug-ins, and of course the Tempest doesn't come in a plug-in yet, so we ordered a Tempest system and swapped her 2 of the Element plug-ins, and we're just thrilled with it because it simplifies the process as far as we're concerned. A lot of our business has to do with odors. It always has. And the Tempest is so much more effective at eliminating the odors. I was telling you the other day that we had a customer, actually, and it's going to lead to a number of real estate presentations, who was actually laying the Tempest down in a carpet where a dog had peed all over the carpet. And it was amazing what it did overnight. So I'm encouraged by that. I think that yeah, I just think that the Tempest for us is the best application most time, but you do have to educate the customer, turn it down all the way and say, hey, you know, it's like your TV. If it's too loud, turn it down.
You'd think that would be a simple thing to teach, but it's more difficult than you realize.
Right.
Dave and Lori, what's going on up there in Houston? Have you got any questions or any comments?
Well, good morning. Yes. The biggest question that we've got is Air Restore relaunched? And the answer to that one is obvious. The second question is pertaining to inventory. You've got somebody who has tried the technology and they love it, and they want to get started building a business, and they want to get, obviously they want the best start possible. What quantity would you start them off with as far as inventory for naturalizers?
You know, I almost want to turn this back to the rest of the group and ask, because you have to know who your person is. You know, I can remember not recently, but back in times when I've had somebody that was 93 years old and only had a Social Security pension, and somebody sold them a success pack. That is definitely not what we do here. You want to be sure that people have enough inventory, but our goal is to try to be able to get enough inventory to be able to work the system, to be able to work it. My personal feeling is still that getting people started with the 4-pack, basically because there is a 5% discount on it. They actually earn more money on getting 4 at a time. It's a volume discount rather than a starting pack like we used to think about it. But it gives you one for yourself and enough to be able to get out there to start working on your R3s. Because R3s are the best and the strongest building block that we have got. Now, we have sold a couple of the 8-packs because it is a 10% discount on the price. Instead, you know, for a whole house system, that's $28 off of a whole house system, $14 off of the 4-pack per system. I mean, that is really a fairly strong amount to go. Has anybody else got another theory out of the panel? It's contribute to my thinking, if you could.
I think Rick Stein has something to add here. He's got a new dealer that he's just getting started. Rick, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, tell us about your guy that we were talking about.
Well, they want to be strictly retail through their health food stores, and they were trying to find out what was the cutoff, you know, like a purchasing volume type thing, discount. But our system is different, so I'm pushing them towards the master dealer if they want to get into retail to get the most bang for their buck on that and not invest a whole lot. But I agree with Bill, for somebody who's doing the business from home, a minimum of a 4-pack at a time, it just makes more sense, even if you're selling them just, you know, a single unit or make up your own studio pack or whatever. Buying at least 4 at a time, buying the two whole home systems seems to make sense to me if you're going to retail them from another business. Like, we buy 4 at a time if at all possible, for having some on the trucks when our service guys are going out, so they can, you know, let people use them for 24 hours or whatever. So it seems like the minimum that Bill came out with would be best. If it kind of depends on what customer they're, you know, what they're doing with it. If they want to sell it from a store, then yeah, you want to buy more.
See, by the very fact that we've now set a dealer as 2, they have 1 and they've got 1 to start with. That's so much better than it used to be, where they got in and all they had was their whole system. They had nothing to work with. There was no inventory. So going 2, 4, and 8 seems to be the thing. Our goal, quite frankly, is to be sure that we do not fall behind on inventory, so that we keep people with enough product, but we don't load them up. That has saves us time and time again, and so it seems to me that, yes.
And Bill, based on the past few months that we've actually been doing this, the dealers who actually ordered the 4-packs, the 4 systems, if you recall, and if you see the list, they are the ones that really remained active.
Yep.
They're the ones who really are doing the business almost full time.
And the other thing I noticed is that they also earned R3s. Having those 3 units out there keeps that 3 right at the forefront of your thinking about, if you do 1, well, I should do 2 more. Or if I've done 2, I really want to get my 3rd one done. And it does provide a little bit of incentive to be able to move ahead. Appreciate it. Dave, did you have another question, or can I move on?
I'm good. That's great. Thanks.
Sue, thanks for the question. Dave Ball. In Arkansas, have you got any questions?
I do have a question, I guess to you or Eric. My understanding is that you're shooting for the latter part of this coming week, to be active on the website. Is that correct? And what does that mean? Does that mean that if a person in another state comes to our website and likes what they see, they can enroll through the website, or does that still mean that I'll need to contact them?
What it means is that we will be like the website used to be, that we will have people coming in. There's still going to be things that you have to notify them for, because if a person becomes a preferred customer, and then wants to become a dealer, that's going to take a manual intervention, and you as the leader are going to have to be aware of what's going on. But the information is going to be in your back office so you can see what they're doing. But what it's going to do, it's going to eliminate the step that you have to get out of the system to pay for the system. It's a matter of hooking up the shopping cart, and once the shopping carts are hooked up, then everything should happen pretty automatically. So the short answer that I never give is yes, it means that you can do your business easier across the country.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Let's see. Caesar, have you got one?
Yeah. May I know how much some people are considering the replenishment pack?
Yeah.
But also at the same time, they are thinking about getting the replenishment pack, and at the same time getting a discount on the on-demand in preparation for their future recruits, that they will have all the tools that they need, and on-demand is the best tool for that. So how much discount could they get for a set of replenishment pack, and at the same time, a set of on-demand?
Let me take that question under advisement. I don't have an answer for that right now, but you're absolutely right. The on-demand, and we still are back ordered on those on-demands, because we're just now starting to get a few batteries in that we can trust. And so, we will work on that. I have a hunch that we may be looking at a special next month, and on the on-demands, but we'll see what happens with that.
All right, thank you. And just want to let you know that I'm starting to have my meetings too. Tomorrow I will have a meeting, with a group of people. So we're starting to move, but not so fast as before. But we're starting to get awakened.
Good deal. All right. And so, Lori, I think that finally I'm about to you.
Well, thank you. As far as Dave and Lori's question about inventory, and I know Sherry can vouch for this, is if you have somebody in your organization that has extra product that you can at the last minute purchase it for somebody, and now that we have everybody paying the same price for a whole home system, makes it so much easier. But if you have that one person or a couple of people that have an extra, for a quick amount of time, you can turn to each other and help each other out. I know I've done that plenty of times with our people, but I know Sherry was overwhelmed with that at one point, weren't you, Sherry?
Yes, and we're doing the same thing too, Lori, actually.
Okay. Okay, Eric, this one's for you. If someone goes on our website and they click on opportunity and they want to sign up, if they choose option 2, which is PayPal, can they go through, and that will go through with with everything? Okay, so then we
Yes.
wouldn't have to do any follow-up on that. They can just go there.
Right. Correct.
And same with placing an order?
You're,
Okay, no? Okay.
I don't think so. No, because it's still
Okay.
not connected. Yes, it is.
It's connected.
It's connected. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they can do that.
Okay, so anybody who wants to use PayPal to do their financing, to sign up or to place an order, that is working in our back offices.
Right, as it was.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, good. That's good to know. One thing, the studio packs are still priced at $205 in our back off, in our order area.
I noticed that too.
Yeah, if we could
Okay.
take that, because I don't, if I tell somebody and they say, well, it says 205 here, what do I do?
Okay. Yep.
We
Will
need
do.
to update that. Are we able to use the AROTN.com, or is that
Not- For if you're for email, you can use info@AROTN, or but if you're trying to send someone to the website, AROTN doesn't take anyone anywhere.
okay, but we can use that for orders and for information now?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, great. I think, I had a big list, and I think you guys covered quite a bit of it, so
All right.
that's all.
All
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Well, sometimes we get lucky, and so let me just ask the panel. We've raised a lot of issues now and given a lot of information. Is there anything else that somebody would like to talk about before we wrap up?
Bill, can we print that single sheet out?
I'm going to send you it's a PDF file, and I'm going to attach it to the email that goes out with this link.
Okay, great.
Well, of course, you know that we will have to
It
do
needs,
a little bit of corrections there.
Yeah. but it's better than nothing. It's good. We should try to use it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And Eric, I understand that if they send the email through Everstore USA, you're still replying with that?
Yeah, we still monitor the old emails and everything. We're trying to get people shifted over to the new ones, but yeah, of course.
All right.
Well, panel, I really appreciate your being here. And just to kind of sum things up, we're not where we need to be yet, but every day that goes by, we're doing better and better. I will tell you that having looked at the quality of the product, I've spent a good deal of time talking with the people that do the repair. I am telling you that we are not the product that really after we switched over to the Element series, after we got out of Las Vegas the first couple of weeks, the product quality has gone way up. That happened before we revamped things, and what I'm seeing right now is that the consistency of the product is absolute. We now have done some things with the revamping of the manufacturing process and the controls and everything that are really giving us a much superior product. That's continuing. It's really a blessing sometimes that you get stopped when you do. I tell people all the time, God's got his hand on this company, and he keeps us from getting into trouble when we would be otherwise getting ourselves deeper and deeper into a problem. I think that as we wrap up again, that is one thing that we just cannot possibly ignore is the fact that God has had his hand on this company and continues to bless this company, continues to bring us the people that need this business. We're getting new people. It's not just old people that are getting involved in the business. It's people that need this and need this to be able to not only for their environment, but for their financial well-being. And that's not going to change. We're going to continue to have that happen. So as we wrap up, I think it's just appropriate that we have just a prayer of thanks for all of the blessings that we have got. Father, we again so grateful for all of the blessings that you've given us, and given us individually, and given us as a company, and given us as a group. And Father, we just ask that you continue to watch over us, continue to bless us, continue to guide us, continue to give us the power to discern what it is that you would have. Father, I just thank you for all that you bring on us, that you bring to the organization. Father, I just ask, watch over us and bless us in Jesus' name. Amen. Guys, appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm going to end the recording.